with you here today. Zooming in on the results of covert narcissist abuse and the impact it has on the people in the environment. It's a very subtle form of abuse, one of neglect, omission of communication, one really of devoid of a balance in the relationship in terms of give and take. And we look at this quite in depth on this channel. However, what I want to zoom in on here on this video is how to identify really some of the experiences that you've been through with the covert narcissist and how to become empowered, how to really rise up, how to really let go and repair and reverse the damage of the covert narcissist. Now, the covert narcissist acts in a number of ways, really to target their supply in terms of looking for someone who is strong, someone who's outgoing, someone who's gregarious, someone who's a go-getter, makes things happen, a real accomplished oriented person, a real doer. The covert narcissist really loves surrounding themselves with these types of people because they're able to really have them fulfill a lot of their own responsibilities through having them in their inner circle. So the covert narcissist can remain in control in a very sort of subtle way, underhanded and undermining way. In other words, the target isn't really getting what they need in return in terms of what I call reciprocity, or what a lot of you might identify as a two-way relationship or a two-sided relationship. I've had a lot of viewers comment that the relationship with a covert narcissist feels very one-sided, meaning they don't feel they have fair representation in the relationship. Almost sounds like a legal battle, doesn't it? Representation. It really is truly when you feel like your personality is really allowed to bloom and explore and have the adventure and really have yourself empowered in life. And so really a lot of the after effects of becoming involved with this sort of person, a covert narcissist, can result in depression, anxiety deficits, feelings of communication deficits, feeling underemployed, not being able to communicate yourself very well, not being able to communicate where you're coming from because of lack of experience in being able to communicate, that you feel it's very difficult to express yourself. So we see communication deficits in the supply of the covert narcissist. Also, a lot of other really severe health issues, including a lot of the autoimmune disorders, because really once someone's strengths are taken from them, a weakness is set up in the body where we see a whole host of diseases set up in terms of like the autoimmune disorders. So the rheumatoid arthritis, the lupus, the fibromyalgia, the chronic fatigue syndromes, the adrenal fatigue syndromes. We see a lot of these creating also a lot of the anorexia and bulimia as a result of being around and experiencing covert narcissist abuse. So knowing that this is the case, how do we repair, how do we recover and kind of bounce back from this? Well, for one, stop surrounding yourself with this type of personality and their repressive tactics. In other words, stop putting the needs of this person first and begin to really sort of do away with a lot of the guilt that surrounds, the obligation that surrounds, and the fear that surrounds the emotional atmosphere that is created by this person. And begin now to live what I would call the affirmations, and really realizing that this person is causing you to feel less than for a purpose. They desire for you to feel less than because it will always keep you entangled to them. It'll always keep you entrenched in their needs. And so it's a very a very sort of sly tactic for them to always keep you within a certain range so that you're always putting them first and yourself second, if not last, on the list. So you need to really realize this, identify it, and becoming aware of it and acknowledging it is your first step. And then taking real active measures to emerge from that chronic abuse. In other words, start surrounding yourself either on your own or with interests that are really important, meaningful, and sacred to you. Oftentimes the target and the one who's been victimized feels very separate from those things which are very meaningful, therapeutic, and sacred to them. For example, just having time on their own. They're so exhausted with satisfying the needs of this covert narcissist that they're not able to do things that are truly energetic and important to them. And these can be things such as gardening, such as health club activities, such as walking, such as having friendships, support groups such as religious organizations that are important to them. They are so consumed with satisfying the needs of this covert narcissist that they're not able to engage in everyday daily activities which would be energizing. So your goal really is to identify these things which are meaningful and important to you and begin to pick them up day by day, even if it's engaging in them a half an hour, an hour, and identifying, saying, you know what, I really have been separated from my love of XYZ. You fill in the blanks. You fill in your recovery journal, and if you can identify, you know what, I've really been separated from my love of XYZ, and if you can list 5 things, 10 things, 20 things, and if these activities are truly meaningful, significant, and energizing to you, then you need to plug into these activities at least once a day, twice a day, and engaging in them for half an hour, or 2 hours, so you can begin to become more in touch with the real you, the one that has been ignored and taken advantage of. So you can begin to become energized and get the empowerment for yourself, which has so been deprived of in the covert narcissist relationship. Peace and harmony with you here today. I hope these videos help. Please do share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussions, and support.